This is KE8VZA here. I'll be your net control station for the BeaconNet pre-show at the bottom of the hour in a few minutes. And I've grabbed some people from the blue screen and added them to the log. And if you'd like to do a check-in via RF, we have a couple minutes left. Just give me a call, KE8VZA.
W8WKY.
The BeaconNet, a gathering of hams from around the world, will start on the system in 30 minutes. Come join us.
There she is, QST, QST, QST. This is Kilo Echo 8, Victor Zulu Alpha, KE8VZA. My personal is Eric, Echo Romeo India Charlie, and I'll be your net control station tonight for the BeaconNet pre-show. The BeaconNet meets here on the W8WKY repeater every Sunday and Wednesday nights at 10 p.m. with early check-ins at 9:30. The W8WKY repeater is the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association's repeater. It's located in Doylestown, Ohio. Frequency is 147 Mark 390 with a positive offset and a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. You can also connect to us via Allstar, node number 48496, or EchoLink W8WKY-R. The BeaconNet pre-show is a controlled net, and I ask that all traffic pass through net control, yours truly. And there you have it. So first, let's go ahead and touch base with our net control team here, and we'll go to the top of the list. KE8QKO will be our net control station at the top of the hour for the main net. How you doing out there, Nick, at night? You ready to roll in 30 minutes?
KE8VZA, KE8QKO. Yes, sir, Eric. I am here tonight. I know, it's a miracle. Yeah, I'll be ready to roll here in about 30 minutes when you finish up with the pre-show. And thanks for doing it, and thanks for covering for me last week. Sorry about missing it. But I'm back. And with that, I'll pass it back to you, Eric. KE8QKO.
All there, Nick. Good to hear you tonight. You're sounding very good on this end. And no worries. Happy to fill in for you there. And, when the body's tired, the body is tired. So there you have it. Anyway, we'll clear with KE8QKO. Let's go down and see if Dustin's out there. KE8EPC. I saw you in the blue screen. How you doing tonight, Dustin? And are you going to stick around for the big show?
KE8VZA and the BeaconNet pre-show. This is KD8EPC. Well, good evening to you, Eric. I don't know if I'm going to make it for the big show. I'm going to listen for a while, so keep me on the list. If I'm here, I'm here. If not, I'm not. I will give you a couple of quick comments, though. I had an adult snow day today, which doesn't happen very often in the 15 or so years I've been there. This is only the second time. So got to enjoy a bonus day off. One of my neighbors come over and hung out, and it was a good time. So Snowmageddon is about done, and that's that. So, Eric, if I'm there, I'm there. If not, I am not, and you can put me down for double D's for my answers. So with that, this is KD8EPC, back to prenet control.
All right, Dustin, very good. Hey, glad you got a snow day. That's a nice surprise, right? Anyway, good to hear you tonight. We'll leave you on the log. I squeezed the double D's in there for you, and if you're there, you're there. You're not, you're not. We know how it goes. Anyway, good to hear you. We'll clear with KD8EPC. KD8SLG, just Nick, checked in and out earlier, headed for the rack, and 7-3 Nick. And next we'll go down to Josh, W8HRF. How you doing, Josh? Have you Winter Field Day yet? Or maybe I should ask you that Wednesday. How'd it go?
KE8VZA, W8HRF. Good evening, Eric and all the Beacon netizens. Things went well. The pivot, we had to pivot from our original location to a different location just for safety and logistics purposes, but I don't have any radios in the house set up anymore because they're all in the van, and I'm about to go out and get them all. I came in and had dinner after shoveling for about 2 hours and took a break, and now I'm about to go out and unload, so that's what I'm going to do. Field day was good. Initial stats, we have somewhere in the ballpark of 1,000 or 1,100 QSOs, and we made all of the multipliers, I believe, except for the QRP multiplier. So we're looking pretty good. So it was a lot of fun, and it was really good. And I just enjoyed some of Nick's pulled pork on a sandwich with some tomato and lettuce, and man, that is some good stuff, Nick. I'm gonna have some of that for lunch tomorrow. So, anyways, we'll talk more about it later as the week goes on. So that's the main stuff I can think of right now. We did make an ISS repeater contact, and we did make a sideband satellite contact with the Warren Amateur Radio Club, actually. So that was really cool. So, anyways. Hope everybody's doing well. Eric, we're going to be in and out tonight. I would like to stick around. I hate to bail on you, but I'm going to go clean out the van and then spend some time with Lucy here. So, KE8VZA, W8HRF.
All right, Josh. Well, congrats to you and all who participated. Sorry I missed it, but it sounds like it was a very successful event, and it was very nice of Mike to make his basement available. Sorry I couldn't make it. I kind of was fearing the worst of the weather, and I shouldn't have believed it. I should have just come down. Anyway, good to hear you, Josh. We'll mark you in and out tonight. Lucy, KE8YUK, are you out there? Are you going to go in and out tonight as well?
That was weird. It wouldn't let me in. KD8YUK to KD8VZA. Boy, am I way out there. I am way out there. Yes and no on the weather. weather, it didn't start snowing around here until, what'd you say, about 2 a.m. probably? I was up until midnight from movie night at our house while Josh was doing field day, and the attendees of my movie night were nervous, but we did not see snow that whole time. So earlier in the evening, you would have been fine. However, at least by 5 a.m. when Will woke me up, it was heavy snow, and we are safely at a foot probably by now. It is a lot. I actually went out to shovel off the trampoline because I don't want to break the trampoline with the insane amount of snow that we got on it. Glad I did. There was ice on it for some reason, and thick ice also, like a good half inch. So I got that out of the way so Betty could play in the snow, and that came up to her knees, so that was hilarious. Okay, maybe half a foot, but still. A lot of snow, more snow than I've seen in a long time, more snow than either of my kids have seen in their lifetimes, so that's saying something. I am also in and out while Josh is cleaning out the van. I'm probably going to do some writing, and hopefully we'll spend some time together, but we also might just fall asleep because he was up, I think he got maybe 2 hours of sleep last night, and I slept all right, but I can always use more, so either way, we will be sticking around for the end of the net, so we wish everybody a happy net, stay safe, stay warm. Don't drive if you can help it. We only are just now seeing plows, and we're by Akron. So if you're further away from a city, I make no promises and no bets. So with that, I will pass it back to you. 73s, everybody. Good night. God bless. K8YUK, K8VGA.
All right, Lucy, very good. And, yeah, I think it started snowing up here about 10 p.m., so if it didn't start snowing down there until even later than that, I would have been fine. Gee whiz. Anyway, those darn weathermen, it's always like, Snowmageddon, Snowmageddon, you're all going to die, we're freeze to death. Anyway, good to hear you tonight, and got you in and out here. We'll talk to you down the log. And 7-3. We'll clear with KE8YUK. Let's go down and talk to Alan, who also got some snow down there. KI5DAY. How you doing? How's Larry handling the Snowmageddon?
KI5DAY in the net. Hey, man, I don't know, Eric. It's all right. Everything's okay here. We had about probably 8 to 10 inches of snow, I guess, roughly. Yeah, it was pretty crazy. I had shoveled the deck and the driveway somewhat, cleaned off my Jeep Cherokee. Didn't bother cleaning the Dodge because I'm not going to be driving it until this weather clears up pretty good. But anyways, cleaned it off yesterday and had to do it again all over again today. We had more snow overnight last night than we did the previous night. So, yeah, probably about 8 to 10 inches here where I live overall. Man, crazy stuff. Larry's doing good. He just binge watching Netflix with me. He's a rubber chicken binge watcher. Yeah, anyway, all is good here. I'll be sticking around. Got some old trivia, I guess. And I'll say 73 for now. KI5DAY.
All right, Alan, very good. Yep, hope Larry's feet don't get cold, and good to hear you tonight. Looking forward to the alt trivia. So we'll clear with KI5DAY, and that brings us to the end of our Mickey Mouse roll call here, and I've been adding some people from the blue screen as we're continuing through this. So let me take a break for time, and I'll read off who I have. KE8VZA returning. This is the BeaconNet pre-show on the W8WKY repeater in Doylestown, Ohio. And we're going through our list of check-ins that we've grabbed from the almost instant messenger screen in NetLogger. So far, here we go. I have KF8G Brian, KA8MNT Tom, who checked in and out, 7-3 Tom, K5CFY Ray, KE8CRY Jeremy, KE8QFT Fred, KI5TAQ Taco Tim, AB8MO Andy, KD8OTQ Scott, KE8UIB, John, N5KBD, Pete, KA8LYJ, Bob, and KC8FQV, Mark. There we go. Any other check-ins for the BeaconNet pre-show? Please give me a call. I'm KE8BZA, and I'm listening.
Kilo Foxtrot 8 Delta Tango Alpha, Jeff, New Franklin. I'll be in and out tonight.
Alpha 8 Charlie Sierra. This is Gary in Fairlawn.
Kilo Foxtrot 8 Foxtrot Hotel Whiskey, Nate and Shreve.
We picked up 3 there. KF8DTA, Jeff. AA8CS, Gary. KF8FHW, Nate. All right. Any other check-ins before we work this list? Please give me a call. All right, hearing nothing, let's go up to the top of the list. We'll figure out who's sticking around and who's not. KF8G, Brian, how are you doing tonight? And are you going to stick around for the main net?
Yep, I'll be here. KF8G.
All right, Brian, very good. Got you on the log. We'll clear with KF8G. Let's go down to Oklahoma, K5CFY, Ray. How you doing, Ray? And are you going to stick around for the big show tonight?
Hey, K5CFY. Good evening, Eric, and all the netizens out there tonight. I'm going to hang around, so I'll give it back to you. K5CFY.
All right, very good, Ray. Good to hear you. Got you on the log. We'll clear with K5CFY. Let's go down and talk to Jeremy, KE8ZRY. How you doing, Jeremy? And are you going to stick around for the main net tonight?
Yeah, I'm going to stick around. Hanging out. I'll be here. So, pass back to you. KE01.
All right, Jeremy, very good. Got you on the log, sticking around. We'll clear with KE8ZRY. Let's go down and talk to Fred, KE8QFT. How you doing, Fred? You surviving Snowmageddon? And are you going to stick around for the big net tonight?
Well, I haven't been doing too well lately. I didn't even go outside today. Been feeling like under the weather. Talked to Dustin a minute ago. He said he thinks we got about 13 inches. Of course, he's on the south side of town, so I don't know if we got a little more here. But, yeah, I'll be hanging around. 13 inches, not too bad. KE8QFT back to the free net.
All right, Fred. Yeah, I think we have about roughly 8 inches. I didn't actually measure it, but around here at the QTH in Strongsville. But good to hear you. Got you on the log sticking around. We'll clear with KE8QFT. Let's go down to KI5TAQ, Taco Tim, all the way down in Bofang, Oklahoma. Did Bofang get any snow down there, Tim?
W8WKY.
Good evening there, Eric. This is KI5TAQ. Yeah, we got about 10, 11 inches of snow down here. I've just been gathering them up or gathering it up and making snowballs out of them, and then hurling it over to maybe Alan or maybe Dave. Whoever I think about is needing some snow. But anyways, I'm sticking around. I'll let you get on down the list. This is KI5TAQ.
All right, Tim. That might explain the thump, thump, thump I heard when Alan was transmitting. Must be snowballs hitting the roof or the walls of his QTH. There you go. Anyway, good to hear you, Tim. Got you on the log. We'll clear with KI5TAQ. Let's go over to the land of maple syrup and snow. AB8MO, Andy, how you doing tonight? And are you going to stick around for the big net?
E8VZA from AB8MO in the land of snow, maple syrup. We got about the same as everybody else, but it was a little bit easier to plow actually than lake effect snow. Dry and powdery. Lake effect snow is typically a little bit more saturated with water, but nonetheless, the snowblower gave up the ghost here right towards the end. So I didn't quite plow everything, but I think I plowed enough that I can get out of the driveway tomorrow. So I'm going to have to see about getting it repaired now. Guess I'll save the rest of the material for later in the net. K8VZA from AB8MO.
All right, Andy. Sorry to hear about your snowblower. I had to do a little work on mine yesterday, and it's running pretty well now. But hopefully yours will get sorted out here in short order before we get another big blast. But yeah, I agree. The snow here was very dry. I could shoot it pretty far with my snowblower, and I almost caused traffic accidents from rubbernecking at my snow whirlwind. Anyway, we'll clear with Andy, AB8MO, got you on the log, sticking around. Let's go down to Scott, KD8OTQ. How you doing, Scott? And I'm going to stick around for the big show tonight.
Actually, before we be around for it, got some other stuff going on. So that's a 737. Have a great week.
All right, Scott, we got you down on the log, in and out tonight. Thanks for joining us. And 7-3, we'll clear with KD8OTQ. Let's go down to John, KE8UIB. How you doing, John? It's been a while, I think, since you've checked in on the Sunday night version of this net. How you doing? And are you going to stick around for the main net?
KE8VZA from KE8UIB. Good evening, Eric, everybody out there on the net. And I think I'll just be here on the side tonight. And yeah, it's been a minute. And I got a message a couple hours ago that said, asked me how the roads are out my way, the owner of the company, and he messaged me back after I told him. He's like, well, go ahead, take tomorrow off paid and enjoy your day. So, hey, I'm staying up a little bit late playing radio and stuff, but I don't know if I'll make it through the second portion. So, hey, I'm in here, guys, for at least for this portion of it. If I decide to be in on the second half, I'll throw something up on the blue screen. But hope everybody had a great field day out there and stuff. Let me pause for time real quick. All right, and you guys know the Maslin Club had to cancel their event, and so I downloaded the N3F JP software, and this is the first time I've ever attempted to do a field day on my own and stuff, so I went ahead and gave it a crack and stuff, and made some contacts, and went up and uploaded them and stuff, so hey, I'm kind of proud of myself on that. So with that, I hope everybody has had a good field day. This is K8UIB. I'll hand this back over to Net. Thanks for getting me in, Eric. 7-3, Joe.
All right, John, very good. Congrats on doing field day on your own there. I think that's one hotel is the classification. Anyway, good to hear you tonight. 7-3, got you on the log. If you want to recheck later, if your eyeballs are still open, go ahead when the opportunity presents itself. Anyway, clear with KE8UIB, 7-3, John. Let's go down to Pete, N5KBD. Pete, how you doing? And are you going to stick around for the main net? All right, I think Pete was in and out. He usually is. I'm going to go ahead and mark him in and out. And Pete, if I'm in error, let me know. We'll clear with N5KBD. Let's go down to Bob, KA8LYJ. How are you tonight, Bob? And are you going to stick around for the main net?
KE8VZA. This is KA8J. Good evening, Eric. Good evening, group. Yeah, I'll linger. This is KA8LYJ.
All right, Bob, very good. Got you on the log, sticking around. We'll clear with KA8LYJ. Let's go down to Mark, KC8FQB. How you doing tonight, Mark? And are you going to stick around for the big show?
Yeah, Eric, I'm going to stick around. Yeah, we got a lot of snow here. We got probably at least 9 inches, I think. And the road's still getting covered every time. There's an inch of snow on the road, an inch or two on the road when I went down. No paper down there. I think they were talking about places were having problems getting the paper out. So we'll be back around, KCFQB.
All right, Mark. Yeah, before the net, I peeked out the window, and it was still snowing here. So we'll see. Anyway, good to hear you tonight. Got you on the log, sticking around. And it's an official net now that you're here. We'll clear with KC8FQV for now. Let's go down. Let's see. Jeff, KF8DTA, was in and out. 7-3, Jeff, thanks for stopping by. And next is Gary, down in Fairlawn, AA8CS. How are you doing, Gary? And I hope you didn't need to use your generator. And are you going to stick around for the big show tonight?
All right, Eric. Good to hear you this evening. And no, I did not need to use the generator, fortunately, and that was a good thing. I am not going to be sticking around tonight. I'm still trying to recover. But I do want to give a shout-out and congratulate Josh W8HRF on a fine business job on the winter field day. I also want to give a shout-out to Mike Malloy, N8XY, from the Canton Club, who, instead of us canceling our event like many of the clubs did, we just moved it. We just moved it to a more palatable place. Mike was gracious enough to open up his home for us to continue our field day efforts, and for that I am very, very appreciative. Nick at Nite, KE8QKO, did a fabulous job with the smoker. That was just super stuff, man. I'll tell you, we really know how to put on a show. I got it for sure. And finally, Corbin down in Columbus, Ohio, K8CWS, just got his general class license. Not sure if he got a chance to operate any of the Winter Field Day events, but I do want to give a shout out to him for getting his general class license just a couple days ago, and he'll be on the air, so congratulate him. Please congratulate him if you hear him on the air. That's K8CWS. That's all I have. 73 to everybody. Have a fabulous evening. Stay out of snowdrifts, and we'll talk to everybody real soon. This is AAHCS. Back to net.
All right, Gary, very good. I got you on the log in and out tonight. Thanks for stopping by. And, yeah, I'm glad Field Day was a big success. I wussed out because of I let the weatherman get scaring me. Yeah, I should have just come down. Anyway, glad it was a success. Yeah, kudos to Mike and Josh, and especially Mike for opening up his house to everyone. And glad it was a success. I was going to say something. Oh, yeah, I don't think Nick actually licked the smoker. I could tell because he was able to talk to check in earlier. So I think we can mark him safe from not licking the smoker. I heard that was a possibility. Maybe a triple dog dare. Anyway, good to hear you, Gary. We'll clear with AAHCS, and let's go down to Nate, KF8 FHW. How you doing tonight, Nate? And are you going to stick around for the main net?
Going good, Eric, except I picked up a little cold from our little Kalahari trip, so I think I'm going to be in and out tonight, just not feeling it. But I thought I'd get off my butt and come make a contact. So with that, I'm going to say 73, and I'm going to turn it right back to net control, and hopefully everyone's feeling good from this weather. KF8, FHW, clearing.
All right, Nate, very good. Well, you enjoy a good rest and recuperate, and I hope you can shake that cold in short order. But thanks for stopping by and checking in, and come back. Definitely like having you around. So we'll clear with KF8 FHW 73 Nate. And I forgot to say, yes, congratulations to Corbin from Columbus on his general. And passing his general test. I heard him mention that he was taking the test. I think he took it on Friday. He mentioned that on the barometer net. But I think his call sign's K8CWS, something like that. Corbin, Columbus, congratulate him, yes. Anyway, let's go down to KE8WA, Gary, over in Sandusky. I grabbed you from the blue screen. How are you? And are you going to stick around for the main net tonight? KE8WA, this is KE8VZA. How you doing, Gary? Are you out there? And are you going to stick around for the main net in a minute here? All right, he's still in the blue screen. We'll leave him on the log for now and see if he comes back when we go around the horn here. Anyway, it is the end of the pre-net. If you have not checked in yet and you'd like to, have no worries. Nick at Nite will take some more check-ins once we get the net roll. And at this point, KE8QKO, this is KE8VZA. If you're ready to take over, go right ahead, Nick.
KE8QKO. Thank you, Eric. Thank you for doing fine business on the pre-show as always. Good evening and welcome to the BeaconNet. My name is Nick. My call sign is K8QKO, Kilo Echo 8, Quebec Kilo Oscar, and I'll be net control for the evening. The BeaconNet meets every Sunday and Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time here on the WWKY repeater, 147 Mark 390, positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8, Allstar Node 48496, and EchoLink W8WKY-R. This is a directed net. All traffic must pass through net control. We are linked in with our friends in Oklahoma, the Fireside Network, and various other repeaters. And we ask you to key for a couple of seconds before and after you transmit so we hear everything you've got to say. Before we start taking check-ins, is there any emergency or priority traffic? Please call now. All right, before I state check-ins, there was a comment in the blue screen and on the net about an assumption that Just Nick might lick the smoker. He did not. He did not do that because he didn't show up. He was going to help with the food preparation. He texted me asking what time to be there, and I told him what time I was going to be there. He never responded, and then never even told me he wasn't going to be there until later on in the day when Josh said, oh, by the way, Just Nick isn't going to be here. I'll help you out. So, thank you, Just Nick, for offering to help or getting voluntold to help and then not responding, ghosting me. Thanks for ghosting me, Nick. I'm going to put that out there. All right, after that, any stations that have not already checked into the pre-show that would like to check into the BeaconNet, please say your call sign phonetically, followed alphabetically, along with your name and location. All right, nothing heard there. Sounds like Josh did a pretty good job. Let's go up and, Eric. I was talking to Josh all weekend. Eric did a pretty good job. And speaking of Eric, let's go talk to K8VZA and get the primary trivia question. Eric, take it away.
KE8QKO in the net, KE8VZA here with the main trivia. Here we go. Early radio receivers, known as crystal sets, depended upon power from what source for their operation? Choices are Alpha, magnetic lines of force, Bravo, solar power cells, Charlie, power from the radio station's signal itself, or Delta, B-size batteries. Anyway, I'll take a break for time and read it again. KE8VZA here, returning with main trivia. Early radio receivers known as crystal sets depended upon power from what source for their operation? Choices are Alpha, magnetic lines of force, Bravo, solar power cells, Charlie, power from the radio station's signal itself, or Delta, B-size batteries. I'll put this in the blue screen in a minute. KE8VZA back to net control.
All right, well, thank you, Eric. That's a fine question. I'm actually going to think on that one for a little bit before I write down my answer, but I appreciate it. Let's go talk to KI5DAY Alan, the alternate trivia. Alan, take it away.
W8WKY.
Sorry, my ID had to ID, and I'm trying to do 10 things at once right now, dealing with a company issue on a tool that we use for days off, and it absolutely stinks. It's the worst tool ever. Anyways, tonight's alternate trivia question. Oh, my goodness. hopefully I can get this other issue worked out so I can focus on the net. But tonight's alternate trivia is as follows. Sometime in 2017, a college student left something behind on an empty table or an empty art stand. Let me restart this. KI5TAY returning. Sorry, I'm a little flustered. Sometime in 2017, a college student had left something behind on an empty art stand and left the museum. He was in a museum. He left something behind on an empty art stand, and he left. Him and some friends came back a few days later, and the museum had actually encased it and made it part of their exhibit. What did the student leave behind that the museum decided to add to their art display? Which one of the following did they add? Was it A, a bow and arrow chalice made to look much older, B, a real pineapple, C, an old Sesame Street lunchbox, or D, a full-scale wax bust of Colonel Cornwaldo Bean? Back to net.
All right. Thank you, Alan. I have to think on that one a bit. I was really hoping you were going to say a banana, but that might have been the old banana art exhibit, but I guess not. So I'll think on that one a bit as well. Thanks for doing the alternate trivia. Okay, the first caller we have is going to be KF8G. Brian, how you doing, sir? And how you braving the snow and cold?
Well, first of all, my answer as always is 42. Braving the snow and cold. I did not go out at all today. My landscaper guy is going to come blow my driveway out or plow it or something. I'm not sure what he's going to do. I got four-wheel drive, but I don't want to make a mess of it. But I went out Saturday. A group of us Corvette guys got together at a friend's house. We had a pizza party. That was fun. A whole bunch of people there. But other than that, not much going on. I'm just kind of hibernating. This cold weather is really something else. I haven't seen a cold snap like this in quite a while. So anyway, I'll go ahead and turn it back to the net. KF8G.
All right, well, thank you, Brian. And I will say, if there's a day to have four-wheel drive, it was today. A lot of people I saw a number of people off the road today, going to and from Mike's house. And people driving stupid. I mean, people are driving at, like, insane speeds down the road with two-wheel drive cars. And I'm just looking at them thinking, you're just destined to end up in a ditch. And, yeah, I don't know. Some of them did. But yeah, it's kind of a crazy day for driving. There wasn't a lot of traffic, but most of it was okay. But some people, you just look at them and you shake your head. You're thinking, I don't know how you make it. But that's how it went. Anyway, thanks, Brian. Good to hear you. Our next station is In and Out, and this is K8QKO on the WAWKY repeater, 147 Mark 390, positive also with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. Oh, the In and Out station was K8MNT. And that's going to take us down to K5CFY Ray. How you doing, Ray? What do you have for the beacon at tonight?
QKO in the net, K5CFY. Good evening, Nick at Nite. Thanks for getting me in there. Hope everybody's doing all right in this blizzard that came through. Wave a hand there at Mr. Eric on the keyboard. Doing a fine job. And let's see here. I'm going to go with Delta and Charlie. I don't have a clue, but that's my guesses. So give it back to you there. We'll be listening. K5CFY.
All right, thank you, Ray. Got your answers down there for Delta and Charlie. Thanks for checking in. Next, we have KE8ZRY. Jeremy. How you doing, Jeremy? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
KAQKO, this is KE8GRI. Good evening, Nick, and everybody on the net. Jeremy here in Ashland. Not much going on tonight. Trying to stay warm. I got out today and ran the snowblower down our driveway. Did pretty well. We had probably 6 inches out there this morning when I did that, but haven't been out since, so probably got another 6 inches out there for me to get rid of. Trivia answers, I'm going to do Charlie, and I don't remember the letter, but it was pineapple. Yeah, I hope everybody stays warm, stay safe. If you have to go out, again, be safe. I know a lot of counties are under a level 3. We're not, but roads are still kind of crazy. So God, if you don't have to. With that, I'll pass it back over to you. KE8GRY 673.
All right, thank you, Jeremy. Got your answer for Charlie and Pineapple. I think we still need Alan to post the answer in the blue, or post the trivia in the blue screen so we know the proper letters to go with the answers. Yeah, level 3s. You're not level 3s, I guess. We're level 2 here, last I heard. I was actually really surprised how long it took for the school to cancel. I thought for sure they would have canceled school sometime yesterday, knowing everything that was coming and just saying, look, we're not going to bother having school. But they sent out the email later on today, and I just kind of was surprised that it took so long. Like I knew on Friday they weren't going to have school, but that's how it goes. Anyway, thanks for checking in there, Jeremy. Appreciate it. Next station is KE8QFT, Uncle Fred. How you doing, sir? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Well, the alternate and the main trivia, we're going to say C. C on both of them, so make sure you get that in order. That'd be C and C for the answers to the main and the alternate trivia. Charlie's. Both Charlie's. Oh, boy, I had to go into the emergency room yesterday. Just had a cold for a week, you know, and my neighbor kept telling me, you got to go in, you got to get checked out. I said, it's getting better every day, getting better. I went in there, and they gave me a rescue inhaler for when I was wheezing, you know. I'd be coughing and then wheezing and just sitting there relaxing, and I'd be like, so they gave me a rescue inhaler to get rid of them things, and did a chest x-ray, said everything is okay there. Then they gave me some steroids, a couple of steroid pills. And man, when I walked out of there, I thought I could hit 100 home runs. Doing a lot better today. Last night, and I've had this cold for a week, and usually after a couple of days, you know, I just sweat it out at night. I hadn't this time. This thing lasted like 8 days. And last night, I woke up and my T-shirt was just soaking wet. Sweat, you know. So all that stuff is breaking up apparently and doing much better. Yeah, I couldn't have made no winter field day if I wanted to. So I hope everything turned out well there. KE8QFT, and good job, Josh, and all those who helped out on that. KE8QFT, back to net control.
All right, well, thank you, Fred. Got your answers down for Charlie and Charlie. It sounds like maybe you're feeling a little better now, so that's good. Sorry you had all the health problems this week, but Hopefully you're recovering from that just fine. Next we have KI5TAQ, Taco Tim from Bofang, Oklahoma. Take it away, Tim.
Good afternoon, or I should say good evening there, Nick at Night. This is KI5TAQ. Let me get the trivia question out of the way. I'm going to go with main trivia, Charlie. And, of course, the alternate, well, I'm going to go with Delta. Oh, boy. Yeah, cold outside, a lot of snow, and the only thing I'm going to do is just stay at home. And who knows, I may think about just resting and relaxing, and maybe helping wife out here and there, and just and of course maybe listening to a net or two, and that's about all. I'll send it back to Net. This is KI5TAQ.
All right. Well, thank you, Tim. And I think, so we have you down for A, Charlie. Did you intend to do Charlie and Charlie? Would you come back, please?
I tend to do Charlie for the main question. Alternate, Delta.
All right. Thank you, sir. We have you down for Charlie and Delta. Thanks for checking in. Appreciate it. Next, we have AB8MO, Andy. I was surprised to see you last night, Andy. It's good to see you. And what do you got for us tonight?
Okay, well, people stop keying up. I can get in. I don't have the dashboard up. Let's see if I'm actually into the repeater. Yeah, it looks like it. Okay, this is AB8MO. Yeah, it was kind of a split last-minute decision to drive over there, but I'm glad I was able to see you, and glad to see that, nothing bad had happened to you. I was concerned that when you didn't show up last week, but, well, I guess Mr. Sandman got to you a little bit more than I thought, and somehow or other I managed to get denied any pulled pork, so I really wasn't hungry, which it was okay, but it was great seeing you, Josh, and Mike and I had a great talk. He showed me around the shack, and we talked to each other. We work each other a lot on FT8, and we talk on 440 quite a bit too. So I know Mike at 8XY pretty well. So we had a lot to talk about. So I actually stayed a little longer than I planned. I was only planning to stay about an hour, and I stayed closer to 2. So I must have had a good time. And yeah, that was pretty wild. The Ward Amateur Radio Association worked with Silvercreek and Canton clubs there on the satellite. That was pretty wild. So, and it was a little bit warmer at Mike's house. The heat was having trouble keeping up at Warren's Winter Fuel Day site. It was running constantly, and I think we were at 65 in the shack. So it was a little nippy, not bad, but it was cold. But I think everybody had a good time, and the weather held out mostly. I got home before it really started snowing, but anyhow, let me drop it a sec. Let's see, I will register my answers as double Charlie, that is. I like the idea of the Sesame Street lunchbox. And I can't think of a better answer for Eric's other than it's powered by the radio station itself. So a snowblower gave up the ghost. I think it threw a belt. so I got the driveway mostly plowed. I don't know. I think the rest of you people are a bunch of pansies. Geauga County has no snow emergency, and I bet, willing to bet, that we're going to have school tomorrow, so which means I got to go to work tomorrow. So I don't know what's up with the rest of the state. They can't handle a foot of snow. Anyway, I digress. Back to that. K8QKO. This is ABNMO.
All right, well, thank you, Andy. Before I unpack that, this is K8QKO in the WWQI repeater 147 Mark 3 0, positive also with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. I'm going to start with the cold. This is my own fault. I'm acknowledging that. But I volunteered to smoke pulled pork, and then I added ribs to it because I wanted to cook ribs on the smoker. So I haven't done that yet on my new smoker. And I did that a while ago, and just said I would do it for field day. And as far as cold goes, good God, that was cold. I was cooking on a stick burner in the driveway, in Mike's driveway. I got up at 5:30 and fired up in my yard because I was like, this thing is ice cold. And so I want to heat that metal up a little bit. So I fired it up for about an hour to an hour and a half. And then with some hot coals in the firebox, I drove it over to Mike's house. So the smoker would be warmed up, and I could fire it up and put meat on it a lot faster. But I was sitting out there at 0 degrees, putting wood splits in a stick burner, and it sucked. It really sucked. There's nothing else about it. I was cold. My feet were cold. My hands were cold. My body was cold. So if it was cold at 65 in the radio shack, I was much worse. I'm gonna break for time. All right, as far as snow goes, down here we don't get lake effect. So when we get these big nasty storms coming up here, we don't have the same plows, we don't have the same salt schedule. My wife said that some places around here actually started running out of salt. So in Geauga County, they get a lot more lake effect. We don't get the big dumps of snow down here. We get the 2 and 3 inches of snow. So when we get 10 inches of snow, it's a bigger deal. Kind of put that out there in a matter of perspective. Some places get a lot more. We usually don't get that much in one night, in one day, so school gets canceled. That's how it goes. You guys, you do not have lake effect like you usually do, and we took the brunt for you. That's just how it goes. All right, so next we're going to talk to K8LYJ Bob. How you doing, Bob? What do you have for the beacon tonight?
K8QKO and the group. This is K88LYJ. Good evening, Nick. Sorry you had to freeze there in front of the smoker. That sounds pretty crappy. We had to bow out because I was in a basement and just couldn't figure out how to get N8XKD's rollator down the stairs. So we sat it out yesterday. I guess that's for the best. We're buried down here. Around 7 p.m., some dude on a snowmobile went up Morgan Street in front of my house. Gives you an idea of how magical the Magic City is today. Trying to figure out how I'm going to get to an appointment in Kent tomorrow afternoon. The way things are buried. Anyway, I guess I'll leave it at that. My trivia answers are cubic centimeter. Charlie. And I'll give it back to you. This is K88LYJ.
W8WKY.
All right, well, thank you, Bob. Yeah, snowmobiles. Actually, I think I saw the one snowmobile in my township yesterday. Or, I'm sorry, today. I was actually doing my neighbor's driveway because he's an elderly gentleman, and I hadn't seen him out all day, and I thought I'd go over and hit his driveway with the snow blower. And I'm sitting there, I see this guy go by on a snowmobile. I'm like, that's got to be the only guy in Springfield Township with an actual snowmobile because, where else are you going to use it? But, yeah, it was one of those days. The roads were all white. It's kind of crazy. And good luck to getting your appointment tomorrow. Hope it works out. We have your answers down for Charlie and Charlie. The next station we have is KC8. FQV. How you doing, Mark? What do you have for the beacon net tonight?
Alright, KCFQV, I got 9 inches or so of snow. On the trivia, it's going to be the pineapple for the 1, and I think it was CB. C was the first one, B was the second question. And, roads, there's about an inch of snow on the road. They've been plowing them, but our driveway and up here, we got, it could be up to a foot, but it's at least 9 inches. But the road, they have been plowing them, but they're not plowing them. They're plowing them as fast as it comes down. So, and it sounds like everything went good down there. And I had Discord going a little bit, and I see there's a red dot on the top of the screen, so there must be some new stuff added. So I'm going to eventually get there. And now I'm not going to eat till tomorrow to see if I can get in to do the fasting, because it's Wednesday and an appointment, which is the fasting, blood fasting. So we'll send it back to net KC8, Fox Queen Victor.
All right. Well, thank you, Mark. Got your answers down there for Charlie and Bravo. I'll say good luck on the fasting appointment. We have 3 in-and-out stations. That's going to be KF8 DTA, AA8 CS. Gary, good to see you yesterday if you're listening. Sorry you're not checking in with us to talk to us tonight, but good to see you. And KF8 FHW. That's going to take us down to KE8WA. Gary, how you doing, sir? And what do you have for the beacon net tonight? Kilo Echo 8 Whiskey Alpha. Gary, are you out there? And do you have comments for the beacon net? All right, nothing here from Gary. Perhaps he's in and out. Let's go down and talk to KI5GIB is in and out as well. So that's the bottom of our list. This is K8QKO and the WAWKR repeater 147 Mark 290 positive offset with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. And we're at the bottom of our list. So if you want to check into the beacon net, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
This is Kilo 6 Kilo Juliet Victor, Kilo 6 Kilo Juliet Victor, Kevin in Valley Springs, California.
Kilo Charlie 8 Golf Whiskey, KC8GW, Greg Wadsworth.
All right, I've got K6KJV and KC8GW. Anyone else want to check in, please call now. All right, K6KJV, Kevin, how you doing, sir? What do you have for the beacon net tonight?
Well, hello there, Mr. Nick, the rest of the crew, the youngins, and of course and everyone else on the net. This is KJV Kevin here in Valley Springs, California, and I don't have a whole lot. Did I miss the late reread? Because I really, never mind. I don't have much. I just feeling sorry for y'all back there having to deal with all that snow and ice. I just now came in. I did hear you whine a little bit there, Mr. Nick, but that's all right. I'm like you. I hate the cold weather. That's why I live in California. Oh, and but my prayers are with y'all. I've been praying for the good Lord to put a big hedge of protection around y'all. So with that, I'm going to say double D's. Even though I don't know what the questions are, but still, double D's, Delta and Delta, because you can never go wrong with a Cornwaldo bean. So God bless, 73, and Maranatha, everyone. Back to you, Mr. Nick from Cases KJV.
All right, well, thank you, Kevin. And I don't want to sound whiny. Honestly, I volunteered early on in the season that I would do this, and they came up and I did it. I just don't want to. What's the word I'm thinking of? I don't want to be like, oh, it was cold. Like, well, let's put that into perspective. Let's put cold in perspective a little bit. That was my goal with that. I actually really enjoyed it. I enjoy being out there. I enjoy tending the fire, and I enjoy making good smoked meats that people will enjoy. So that kind of drives me. If I didn't like doing that, I sure as heck would not have been out in 0-degree weather running a smoker, because it sucked. But it was kind of, it's rewarding when you come in and you produce something that people enjoy. It seemed like everyone really liked it. So, yeah, that's how I went with it, and that's how I took it. That's why I do it. That's why it's a hobby. I like to see reactions from people, and I like to feed them. I like to feed people. So, yeah, that's my 2 cents. Yeah, so let's go talk to after Kevin. Let's talk to KC8GW, Greg. How you doing, Greg? What do you have for the Beacon Net tonight?
Well, hello, everybody out there on the net. It's Greg, Kilo Charlie 8 Golf Whiskey. First time checking in, really. Well, I've checked in and out a few times, but never really spoke here, so it's good to be around. Good to hear you got a new antenna out there. Hopefully it's coming out okay. Been a fun little weekend here. A couple days ago, came home to a cold house. Boiler went bad, motherboard went bad, switch went bad. It's been cold in here. Our union stepped up and got us a couple of heaters in the house, so we're all warm and trying to keep these pipes from getting too cold. But other than that, rocking and rolling. So 6 days from now, hopefully they'll fix it up for us, and we'll be rocking and rolling again. So, but hey, you know what they say in Cleveland? Give it 10 minutes and the weather will change. Well, maybe give it 10 days. Well, and then I don't know the question tonight. I checked in kind of late, so I'll just say B, because that sounds about right. That's all I have for you. It's great checking in. Good hearing everybody, and I'll send it back over to Net. Thanks for having me. Kilo Charlie Golf Whiskey.
All right. Well, thank you, Greg. And I'll tell you what, it sucks. I've been there. Come home and things are cold. We went to my wife's parents in Columbus one year for Thanksgiving. Came home and the furnace had died, and I had to call somebody on the holiday weekend to come out and fix it. So. Not quite the same situation there, but yeah, I know. I kind of know the feeling. And before you give your final answer, stand by. We're at the bottom of our list, and a lot of people probably have not heard the trivia, so we're going to get that read again. We're going to talk to KE8VZA Eric and get the primary question read, and then we'll talk to KF5DAY Alan to get the alternate trivia, and then we'll come back to you. So Eric, take it away.
KE8QKO in the net, KE8VZA here with the main trivia. Early radio receivers, known as crystal sets, depended upon power from what source for their operation? Choices are Alpha, magnetic lines of force; Bravo, solar power cells; Charlie, power from the radio station's signal itself; or Delta, Bravo-sized batteries. I'll put this in the blue, or I did just put this in the blue screen a couple minutes ago, So there you have it, main trivia. Back to you, Nick.
All right, thank you, Eric. Let's go talk to KI5DAY Alan. He gets the alternate trivia. Alan, take it away.
KI5DAY. Let's see if we can read it correctly this time. I got tongue-tangled last time because I was angry and frustrated, but that is gone. So here's the deal. Sometime in 2017, a college student had left something behind on an empty art stand at a museum. Then he left the museum, and when him and his friends returned a few days later, the museum had actually encased it and made it part of their exhibit. What did the student leave behind that the museum added to their art display? Was it A, bow and arrow chalice made to look much older, B, a real pineapple, C, an old Sesame Street lunchbox, or D, a full-scale wax bust of Colonel Cornwaldo Bean? KI5DAY, back to Nick.
All right, thank you, Alan. Let's go back down to KC8GW and see if he wants to answer the trivia now. Greg, take it away.
Kilo Charlie 8 Golf Whiskey. I'm still going to go with B. I'm going to go B on the first one, even though I don't think that's it. But it's just the way this week's going, B. And we'll go B for number 2. Thank you very much for checking back.
All right, sounds good, sir. Got you down for Bravo and Bravo. Thanks for checking in there. This is K8QKO on the WWKR repeater 147 Mark 3 now. Positive also with a PL tone of 114 Mark 8. We're at the bottom of the list, so ready for more check-ins. If you want to check into the Beacon Net, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location. All right, nothing you heard there. Guessing it's maybe everybody snowed in. Their antennas are covered in frost and snow and cold, and they can't connect to us. We'll go with that. Seems like a short net tonight. We have 2 of our net control stations that are not listed as in and out. We'll talk to them, hopefully. We'll give one of them. We have one that is in and out a call out because I kind of feel like I have to, but we'll get there. Anyway, first we're going to go to KD8EPC, Dustin. Are you out there, Dustin? And do you have comments for the Beacon Net? All right. Well, Dustin was not listed as in and out. He gave his answers in pre-show as Delta and Delta, and he probably turned into a pumpkin, which is quite normal for Dustin on this edition of the Beacon Net. So, Godspeed, Dustin. Sleep well, and we'll talk to you later. Next, we're going to call out to an in and out station because I want to, and that's going to be KD8SLG. He's probably not listening. He's in and out, but again, since he ghosted me on yesterday. I'm going to call him anyway. KD8SLG, KUKKO. How you doing, sir?
KUKKO, this is KD8SLG. We're bunkered down here tonight. Have fun, Nick. KD8SLG. Clear.
All right, thank you, Nick. Good to hear you. Talk to you later. All right, next 2 stations are in and out. I'm not going to call them out because, one, I know Josh, WHRF, is really busy, or had a really busy weekend. So much so I saw him 2 2.5 hours ago, he dropped off tables and chairs in my house on his way home. So, yeah, he's been away from the house and the family for long enough. He's spent time with them. And then KYUK, Miss Lucy, got to see her yesterday, and she also should be spending time with Josh and enjoying that because he was gone all weekend. So you two have fun, enjoy the time with the family, and get some rest. That's the thing it's down to KI5DAY. Alan, how you doing, Alan? What do you have for the Beacon tonight?
KI5DAY, I have lots of goodies for the Beacon Net tonight. I have, let me check here, number one. Where's it at? Right there. Okay, it is 10 whopping degrees where I live. Tonight's supposed to be, I think, the coldest night we've had yet. Solid Fahrenheit temperatures. Somewhere slightly below zero, I think. Tomorrow I'll probably put my HF antenna wire back up. I had lowered it for the wind we had last week, like Friday or something. But I haven't put it back up since it started snowing and everything. I had zero interest in field day this year because it was such a nasty weekend and just didn't want to sit here and do field day from home. So I will go out probably tomorrow and raise that antenna back up and try to make some HF contacts. I'm hoping to be off the next 2 if I can get that IT tool that is pending approval for my days off to get to cooperate. What else have I got? I got heartburn. That's a good thing. Yeah, I took a couple of heartburn pills. I had that occasional flare-up of heartburn, and I take omeprazole, I think it's called, but we'll see if that works. Let me let this drop. I kind of been watching a couple of different small series of, I like to watch European-style cop shows, murder mystery shows, whatever, stuff like that. Just different things from different countries in Europe that put out some pretty good shows on Netflix. They're a lot of fun to watch instead of just watching the same old American shows. Sometimes they're pretty entertaining. Been doing a little bit of that, and ain't been able to get outside a whole lot other than to shovel snow and stuff like that. It's been way cold out. Get frostbite real quick, but anyways, looking forward to the week warming up as we go along slowly but surely. We'll say 73, KI5DAY. Oh, for my main trivia, I was going to answer D. Back to you.
All right, well, thank you, Alan. Yeah, 10 degrees down there sounds really cold. I know 10 degrees up here is cold, but in Oklahoma, really cold. Yeah, I did some snow clearing myself today. I'm glad I bought a snowblower this year, because if it was just for this event, it would help a lot, because I got both driveways cleared out, and I went over and did my neighbor's, and he's an older gentleman, so it kind of helps him out, get him cleared out, so when he does want to have to leave the house, he can. Yeah, it was cold and snowy. I was wet. The damn wind. The wind would change direction. I'd go like one path of the snowblower. I'd get halfway through. The wind would change direction and blow the snow right back in my face. That just drives me up the freaking wall. I was covered in snow by the time I was done with it. I couldn't blow it anywhere without actually getting it back on me, no matter what I did. Yeah, that's how it went. But that was the nature of this particular storm. It had this weird sort of like southern, it came from the southwest, came up, and then sometimes the wind would shift and the wind would come from the northeast. And so it was constantly switching back and forth. But I guess that's how it goes, and you deal with it. Anyway, thanks for the answer, Trudy Allen. Thanks for talking to me, and I appreciate it. This is KAQKO on the WWKR repeater 147, Mark 3 0, positive also with a PL total of 114, Mark 8. Oh, my answers are Charlie and Charlie, by the way. And we're going to do a call for check-ins. If you want to check into the Beaconet, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically along your name and location. All right, nothing heard there. Maybe it's a slow night. I'm okay with that. Let's go to trivia answers. Let's talk to K8 VZA Eric. Get the primary trivia answer. Eric, take it away.
KE8QKO in the group, KE8VZA here. Yeah, Nick, I know what you mean about the wind. That was working against me on and off today when I was clearing our driveway, too, with the snowblower. Yeah, I feel your pain. Anyway, main trivia, not all trivia, main trivia answer. Let me get the screen up here. Okay, so crystal radio set, what is its power source? Magnetic lines of force was alpha, Bravo solar power cells, Charlie power from the radio station signal, or Bravo-sized batteries was option D. So the answer is actually Charlie, power from the radio station signal itself. Let me take a break for time and I'll read you the backstory. KE8VZA returning. In simple terms, a crystal radio is a basic radio receiver that uses a mineral crystal as a detector to convert radio waves into audible signals without the need for a battery or any external power source. They gained popularity in the early 20th century when radio broadcasting was still in its infancy. People would tune into their favorite stations using minimalistic devices like these, fostering a deep connection with the world outside their homes. The invention of the crystal radio is often credited to Canadian engineer named Reginald Fessenden. In 1901, Fessenden successfully transmitted voice and music through radio waves using a device that included a crystalline mineral as a detector. This breakthrough sparked widespread interest and paved the way for development of crystal radios as a consumer product. And in the following years, crystal radios became a common fixture in households across the world. They provided a cost-effective means for people to listen to radio broadcasts, opening the world of entertainment, news, and information. Crystal radio sets were typically made by hobbyists in the early days who would craft their own receivers using readily available materials. And I built one when I was a kid, too. Anyway, there you have it. Crystal radio powers from the radio station signal. There you have it. KE8VZA, back to main net control.
All right. Well, thank you, Eric. I appreciate you having the correct answer there of Charlie, like I chose. And sometimes you don't have the correct answer, which is generally the one that I choose. Actually, always the one I choose would be the correct answer. But, so I let it slide. Let's see how Alan does. KI5DAY Alan. What's the answer for the alternate trivia?
KI5DAY refused to give tonight's alternate trivia answer. No, I'm just kidding. Tonight's alternate trivia was in about 2017, a college student had left something behind on an empty art stand at a museum. He left the museum and later returned with some friends. A few days later, and the museum had encased it and made it part of their exhibit. What did the student leave behind at the museum that they added to their art display? Indeed it was, for those who look it up on Google, a real pineapple. B, yes, that is correct. And the origin of that is, if I can find it, it says, art is in the eye of the beholder. That was certainly the case at a recent art show at Robert Gordon University in Aberdeen, Scotland over the weekend. This was written in 2017, by the way. Let me let this drop. In Aberdeen, Scotland in 2017, there was a mischievous student that left behind a random pineapple on an empty display stand to see what would happen. Well, he left, and a few days later, the curators of the festival, aptly entitled Look Again, had decided that the spiky fruit served its spot on a slab, even going so far as to enclose it in a glass case. Him and his friends were pretty shocked and in disbelief. They said they were laughing for like 10 minutes. They thought it was really funny, and the museum got a kick out of it, too. So, yeah, it was a pretty cool thing that turned into a joke, but the museum went along with it and encased it. And to the surprise of those students, they got to see it in a display case. So, yeah, you never know what's considered art. One man's banana is another man's pineapple. Hi, hi. 10,000 points for me. KI5DAY, back to net.
All right. Well, thank you, Alan. First, I'm going to say you chose the wrong answer because that wasn't what I answered. But also, I did not. Pineapple sounded pretty, funny. But then I realized the banana was not on the list. I thought, well, for sure, if somebody put a banana up there, they wouldn't base it off the pineapple before it. If somebody would have put a pineapple up there, somebody put a banana up there. So the two seemed unrelated, and I kind of did not go with that pineapple for that reason. And then also, I'm thinking of a scene in Little Nicky, the movie, when a certain former world leader went to a certain afterlife location and was given one of those pineapples in a particular orifice every day. And that popped in my head, so that's where I'm going with that. Keeping it clean for the net, because people don't like to talk about, things like colonoscopies and urolosis and different health issues. So I thought I'd leave that a little bit cleaner because apparently some people don't like that. And I learned a little bit about that this weekend. So yeah, anyway, that's where I'd go with that. But thanks for the alternate trivia there, Alan. I appreciate it. And this is K8QKO on the WWKR repeater. We've talked to our trivia masters. We've got our trivia answers. We've talked to everybody on that. We're going to do one more round and one more round only of check-ins. If you want to check in or recheck to the Beacon Net, please say your call sign phonetically, followed by alphabetically, along with your name and location.
Kilo Foxtrot 8, Foxtrot India Whiskey, Avon,
All right, Kilo Foxtrot 8 station, you were very quiet. I got a Kilo Foxtrot 8, and I missed the suffix. Can you come back with your call sign phonetically twice, please?
Kilo Foxtrot 8, Foxtrot India Whiskey. Kilo Foxtrot 8, Foxtrot India Whiskey.
All right, Kilo Foxtrot 8, Foxtrot India Whiskey. I got you in there. Is there anyone else like to check in or recheck to the Beacon Net? Please call now. KF8 FIW James. Go ahead and take it, sir.
Good evening, everyone, and just tuned in, so I missed the trivia, but if it hasn't been mentioned, reminding everyone we're right in the middle of the anniversary of the blizzard of 1978, so it seems kind of apt seeing what we're going through now, which isn't as bad, but not great. Hope everybody is safe and warm and having a great evening. Glad to be here. Thanks for taking my check, and 73s, everybody. KF8 FIW.
All right, well, thank you, James. Yeah, you did miss the trivia. We got the answers already read. And I'll say, the blizzard of 78, I'm pretty sure I was a child of that blizzard. I don't know the exact date that I was conceived, but based off of when I was born, I believe that I was a child of that blizzard. So probably a direct repercussion of that event, and I guess it's good to celebrate that now. So, hey, everybody, let's celebrate K8QKO's conception with the winter storm that's hit the U.S. today. And I'm sure that's going to get Gary a nice email. So if you're out there, Gary, and you're listening, wait for that email. This is K8QKO's conception weekend. And thanks for everybody tossing out there. Yeah, fun times. All right, that's it. So we're at the bottom of our list. And we're going to close it down on behalf of the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association, myself, K8VZA, KI5DAY, KD8SLG, WHRF, K8YUK, KDDPC, and Larry the Rubber Chicken Bugok. I would like to thank each and every one of you for checking in with us this evening and join us on the next edition of the BeaconNet, Wednesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Time on the WWKR repeater, Allstar Node 48496, and EchoLink WWKY-R. You are welcome to join us on the Barometer Net, also on the WWKR repeater, every morning at 7 a.m. Eastern Time, except for Sundays. Don't forget to check out our friends on the Boredom Breaker Net, every day at noon Central Time on Allstar Node 49562 and EchoLink N5XQK-R. You've been listening to the BeaconNet. This is K8QKO, returning the repeater to normal and customary image radio use at this time, 73 all.